What's up everybody, it's the Sports Code aka Aiden and welcome back to another video. Today will be the Manchester United versus the Burnley preview. A must win considering the results that's happened with Arsenal and Chelsea drawing. So this win could be very vital to bring us further into the top 4 race. Last game against Liverpool was a pretty bad performance on our end. It was, I don't know, I found it quite disgusting to be honest, but nevertheless we have to move on. What's happened, what's done is done. It's still going to be very frustrating and it's going to be very upsetting for a long period of time, but we just got to have faith that we can get wins like this one and maybe we can get some positivity and potentially a top 4 position. So Burnley, what can you expect from Burnley? I think Burnley are a very grinded out type of team. They like to kind of play defensive and catch you on a counter attack. So it's similar to our play style in a way, except I think that's the only they don't really have the players that's suited for that type of play. But they do play anyway because I don't think they're a very good footballing team. Nevertheless, they are still a team that we should not be taking lightly whatsoever. They did in fact beat Leicester 2-1 and Leicester are currently second or third in the Premier League standings. So we need to be very cautious of them because they can beat teams and we just got to make sure that we're not one of those teams that they can beat. What can we expect from Man United this game as well? I think Man United are going to be the one with the more possession. We're going to have to create opportunities. I really wish that if Bruno Fernandes was ever going to come, this would be the game to be playing against, so we can create more opportunities. And we're just going to have to be clinical as well, because we weren't clinical against Liverpool. We need to be clinical today. And without Marcus Rashford, that might be significantly harder to do. We'll go straight into the starting 11 now. We have De Gea in goal. This is my predicted lineup, by the way. We're going to have De Gea in goal. Premier League game, De Gea plays. He played pretty well against Liverpool as well, so he's gonna definitely be starting in this one. I don't think there's any debate about that. Right back, we got Wan-Bissaka. Again, we're gonna need Wan-Bissaka today. I know Burnley probably won't do much attacking, so we probably could get away with not playing him, but just the fact that he's our best right back and he's one of our only right backs at the moment besides Delo, who is not really trusted amongst the club, it looks like. So it's definitely going to be important that we see Wan-Bissaka play well and get that offense in, man. I want Wan-Bissaka to get an assist today. That's the goal that I've set for him. I know my goals probably won't matter to him, but like I do think he needs a couple more assists. I do think he needs to create more opportunities at that right back position. And let's see where he goes from there. Hopefully it's going to be a good time watching Wan-Bissaka play, like he usually is. Centre backs. I think that Lindelof, if I'm not mistaken, might have hurt himself, so I'm not sure exactly who is going to be playing at centre back. But I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. But I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to say Phil Jones will probably play this game, or Twanzebe. I'm going to say Phil Jones. And it's not 100% sure that Lindelof will be fit or is hurt or not. But if he is, I think we're going to really miss him. We're going to really miss his passing out from the back and his IQ in terms of defending. He's probably the smartest defender that we have, tactically wise. Maybe he's not the most gifted in the air and stuff like that, but I think when it comes to his IQ at centre back, I don't think there's anybody like him. And yeah, he's going to be missed. He's going to be missed. We'll see what we could do without him. I think Phil Jones is most likely. I'm going to go with Phil Jones just because I'm not sure if Twanzebe's even fit yet. And if he is, then I would prefer Twanzebe to play. But for now, Phil Jones is probably who I'm going to go with. We've also got Harry Maguire. It looks like Harry Maguire could also be playing with an injury, which is not surprising at all considering he just came back from one. So overplaying him, that seems to be something that Man United do constantly with all of their players. So Harry Maguire is probably not going to be any different. But I'm going to say Harry Maguire is going to play this game because there hasn't been significant news indicating that he could potentially be out. So Harry Maguire will play. Now left back, I'm going to go with Brandon Williams. I know Luke Shaw just came back, but it also looked like in his time back, he suffered from cramp or some sort of leg illness or injury. So I don't see him playing or starting again against Burnley. I think we need to ease his way back into the team, squad rotation. So Brandon Williams will probably play, and I think he's going to have a good game. Brandon Williams. This is going to be the type of game where we're really going to see how good of an attacking winger type player he would be, of wing back, if you would get those fullbacks forward, and let's see what he can do from that position. The CDMs, I think the CDMs are fairly explanatory as well. Fred, he played significantly well. Watching that Liverpool game again, I honestly thought Fred was probably was the man of the match, in my opinion. Maybe just the heat of the moment kind of made me back Fred when he didn't really deserve it. So yes, Fred should play, and Fred will probably do well. He's been in very good form, so Fred definitely needs to play. Also, Matic should play as well. Matic did pretty well in the second half, and he didn't do a lot in the first half, but in the second half he played pretty well, especially the last couple of minutes. So I think Matic and Fred, for the most part, they took care of the midfield when they could. I know they got swamped, but they did their jobs in a way. So nothing more we could really say about that. If the tactics were right, we probably would have got them more forward. But beggars can't be choosers. What's happened has happened. So we'll just leave Matic where he is. Cam. Now, I really want to say Andreas, but I think Andreas had a pretty bad game last against Liverpool. So maybe he just doesn't deserve to start. And I think we need to give Mata some game time, considering we need to probably rest Andreas. So I want Mata to play. I know Lingard might be an option in this game as well, but I don't think everything's going particularly well with Lingard in terms of him wanting to actually be here. So we'll see how all that turns out, but it looks to me like Juan Mata will probably play this game. We might see Lingard on the bench and Andreas as well, just for extra power in case we need it. So Juan Mata I'm going to go with to play at Cam. Now left wing, I think we're going to give that left wing to Daniel James. Daniel James, I think he plays better off the left. That's probably where he's able to shoot more compared to the right, but he's definitely able to play on the right wing as well. But based on other players that I'll get into in a bit, Daniel James will probably take that left wing spot, and we're going to need some creativity out of Daniel James. I know he tries very hard, and a lot of the things he tries just doesn't seem to work out. So we're going to have to hope that one of the things that he just decides to do will work out for us, get an assist, get a goal, anything. We need Daniel James to get back into form, especially now more than ever, considering Rashford's injury. At striker, I think this is fairly simple as well. Martial should play striker. I know he didn't have a very good game against Liverpool, but considering how swamped the midfield and defence was for Man United, there wasn't much opportunity for Martial to really attack their defence. We didn't have much possession, if any, and it's not a good reflection on the team. But it's kind of at this, I guess, at the expense of Martial, because a lot of people will blame Martial when in reality he didn't really have many chances to get at the defence of Liverpool, and we paid for that with no goals. So yes, Martial should play. I think there'll be more opportunities created against Burnley just because they're not a very good side and will have more possession. But we're gonna need some goals out of Martial. We're gonna need a top inform player to win this game, considering they're probably gonna park the bus as well. And right wing, I think Mason Greenwood needs to play. Now, with Mason Greenwood, a lot of people will probably want him to get more opportunities, as do I. I think Mason Greenwood will probably need more opportunities, because it doesn't look like we're going to get anybody in January at this time. Maybe Bruno Fernandes, but besides that, that's not a position that that Greenwood could particularly play in. Maybe he can, we don't really know. The guys probably could play any position at this time, but yeah, look, I think Greenwood probably will get more opportunities just based on how thin our roster really is, and now it's up to him to take those opportunities and make a mark for himself. He's going to probably get multiple games in a row. He's probably going to be starting a lot of games as well, and we'll see more about Greenwood, what he's about. now more than ever. I know we have so much faith in Greenwood, and we already know he's going to be a superstar. I mean, if you just look at how the guy plays, you can just tell he's one of a kind, really. But we're going to see how ready he is now, or if he needs more time. We will be able to determine that from the upcoming games that we have. We've got very important games as well that Greenwood might be able to make his mark in, and solidify his name as one of the best young players that not only England has to offer, but the world has to offer. And we'll get to see that out of Mason Greenwood. Now, my score prediction. I don't think this is going to be a particularly open game. I don't think many teams are going to get. I don't think both teams are going to get many chances to score. But I do think at Old Trafford, against a side like Burnley, he probably won't create much chances. I do think that Man United will probably win this one 2-0. That's what I'm going to go with. I think we're going to have to score early, and then we can catch them again when they have to try and create, and then things will continue on from there, and we'll see how well we do. If Burnley do score, then I think it's going to be a lot tougher to win this game. We cannot let Burnley score the first goal. That is going to be very important if we let Burnley score. It's going to be very important that we don't let that happen. We need to score first. I think that's the key to this game. And yeah, look, if we win this game, we're going to go 2 points behind Chelsea, and that's just such an important game. This is a must-win. We cannot let this game go out of our grasp. We need to be beating teams that we should be beating, and I know we've had problems with that in the past, and we kind of still do have problems with that, but please, Man United, we need to win this game. There is no point in going... there's no excuse, was what I'm trying to say, for losing this game. This game is much more significantly important, statistically wise, I guess you could say, compared to Liverpool. Liverpool is more of a derby, and it's important in that way. It was the biggest game of our season. But this game, statistics wise, is much more important. We can get into the top 4. We'll have a much better chance if we can win this game. Anyway, this is the Sporting Code. Take care.